الآن مع الأستاذ فادي فؤاد ناصر.
السلام عليكم. When it comes to a language, there is a myth. And that myth is a child is better than another in acquiring or learning a language. Why do we believe in that? Because if you take a trip to an English country, whatever country that speaks English, and you stand in front of a child, a 7 years old child, you will find that this particular child will speak English better than you. So what happened to those years I have learned? I spent so many hours, I stayed up for nights, trying to learn English. And that child is doing better than me. Well, it's not a matter of age. It's unfair to compare yourself with a child who has almost 100 hours a week to exposure to English. 100 hours a week exposing to English. And you are how much you think you exposed to English? 5 hours a week? Maybe less? I think it's less than that. So it's not fair to compare us with them. But child has some advantages. A child got some advantages, and I will speak about two. These two, the first one is a child is fearless. He will get himself into any conversation without paying attention to any mistakes he would make. That's not the same for us. Another thing, that child has time. We don't have time to spend 100 hours a week for learning English. We got responsibilities, we got work, so child got time. My student keep asking me how I have learned English. Well, I am not that special. I attended to a regular school, to a regular college, but I remember that I took almost 3 or 2 courses in summers. It's not enough, but I did it. And I remember that I started playing video games. I exposed myself to English in video games. And even I remember that this particular game was Japanese. We did play it. We understand the game, even though we do not use any dictionary. But we did it because we want to do it. So, as a student, what should you do to expose yourself to English? Many things that you can start with, like watching videos. If you want to watch videos with English subtitles. It's very helpful. Listen to podcasts. Podcast is very amusing. Listen whatever you want in any field. Cars, sports, technology, games. Just listen to them in English. And if we want to talk about exposure factor, what I think is the key here. Exposure factor is the most important factor. Expose yourself to a language and you will be better in that language. So if you're talking about exposure factor, we should know that in English or in any language we have 4 skills. And those 4 skills are divided into productive and receptive skills. So you cannot jump from productive skills into receiving skills. You should start with receiving. And the best receiving skills is listening. So, I believe in listening. Start with listening. And now I get to back you teachers. I got only 30 seconds, so teachers, there is no easy road. There is no skipping. Please, in your class, the speaker is the most helpful tool for you. No skipping for listening and speaking and writing lessons. Please, as a language is communication. A language needs to be taught in classes. So don't skip those skills. And thank you.